Hi, my name is Hannah, and I am going to walk you through a little bit about the EBLI online training. So when you register, you will receive a username and a password. And once you log in, you will see your lessons. They're grouped by 5 lessons at a time are grouped together. So we're actually going to look into 6 through 10 here. So if you click on them, you'll see that you can scroll down, and at the top it'll tell you which lessons are in this segment. And if you scroll down, you can see all the lessons starting with 6 all the way down to 10. And I will show you that if you click up here in the corner to My Learning, it will take you back to your full list of all the lessons. So that's how you get back there. And I'm going to click back into our lessons 6 through 10 so I can show you a few of the pieces that are in these lessons. So what you'll notice first of all is right here for lesson 6, we've got 6A and 6B. So each lesson has 2 activities in it. In this case, we have multi-syllable sound lines for the first lesson, and then we have a same sound, different spelling for the second part of the lesson. And each of those parts has a teacher learning portion and a student learning portion. So some for the instructor and some for the actual student or students. So when you go in to each portion, there will be videos and documents and other resources for you there. So I want to talk a little bit about the videos first. The first type of video, there are 3 types of videos, and the first one is classroom instruction. So let's look at one of those. In this part right here, what this is going to do, these videos are going to provide you with an overview of this activity being taught in a normal classroom. So this one is the sort, and I'll just play it for a few minutes so you get the idea of what that is.
Go ahead and put 5 across the top, because we're going to do some longer words, and then 2 down in the middle of your board. Okay, so 5 all the way across the top. We're going to put big words under them. Can I borrow your board and show you? This is what it should look like, okay? We're going to be about 1 inch from the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then about halfway down. If you're left-handed, you can come on this side, but right-handed, over here, because we're going to have big words under these, okay? So your board should look like this. Any questions? Can you get yours? Are those just the 2 toward the bottom? Yeah, what's going to happen is I'm going to grab that back. I just want 2 littler ones because I don't want your arm to go through them, okay? So get 5 up there. Good job. All right. Okay, good job, guys. All right, can we spread these out a little bit?
So as you can see from that video, you'll get not only the instruction on what she's doing with the students, you'll also get classroom management tips and how to get students to correct if they are doing things incorrectly. So that is the overview video. The other type of video, one of the other types of videos, is the training video. So this is going to provide training for you, the instructor, on what exactly it's going to look like when you go to teach an activity. So if we look at this in here, I want to show you the training video and the parts that it's got. So the first section of the training video is going to show steps for teaching the activity, sample steps.
Put the point game on the board. Teacher discusses the meaning of the word with students. So we are going to look at the word courageous, which the soldier was very courageous when he rushed into battle. So what does courageous mean? Somebody tell me?
Brave.
Teacher says, put down lines as we say the syllables in courageous. Teacher can cue with hands if needed.
So as you were watching the video of the steps, you'll also, in the bottom right here, be able to look at the document that's got the steps written down as well. So if you are more of a visual learner watching the video, if you want to read it down in print, this matches exactly what is going on in the video with the steps document. So you can either look at that on a tablet, print it out, whatever you choose to do with that. The second half of this training video has what we call helpful hints, and this is where Nora breaks down why you're doing what you're doing. So I'll just play a few seconds of that for your information.
To be able to move forward to spell the word. When we're putting the syllable and sound lines down with the students, we want to ask the students, what are the syllables, not how many. When we ask them what are, that forces them into segmenting the syllables. We're going to do the same thing with the sounds. What are the sounds? And then they will say the sounds as they write the.
So in addition to the steps document, you will also have your helpful hints document that you can look at. And this, again, follows exactly what she says in the video. She was talking right there about why do we say what are the syllables, not how many. So, or what are the sounds and not how many, or what, saying the names of the letters. So she's going to talk in the video about exactly what's written down on this document. Again, you can have it printed out or you can just pull it up on a screen while you're watching the video. So that's the training video so that you are able to learn how to teach the activity. And then transitionally, the third type of video is called a student lesson. And this is going to be so that you, for the first few times an activity comes up in the lessons, you will be able to show this video to your students and they will learn from Nora. So that's so that you can watch how she teaches your students, and then later on when you go to teach the activity, you'll have had even more exposure to it. So I'll show you what this looks like.
What we're going to do now is we're going to put our syllable lines down and our sound lines, and we're going to do this activity just a little bit differently as we spell a word. So what are our pieces in delicious? We're going to do our lines. So go ahead and do your syllable lines. D, say the syllables as you do it. Licious. Delicious.
So as you can see from this video, Nora is teaching to the students. She's having them do on their boards exactly what she's doing on hers. And as the teacher, you would be walking around and facilitating at this point. We talked about the documents. Another kind of component of these lessons is you'll have important notes that are telling, reminders to you, the teacher. Remind them to take chances. Tell them they'll be shown the correct spellings at the end. It's valuable, and this activity should be done frequently throughout the year. So just things to remember before you go into the lesson. The last thing I want to show you is if we X out of that, it's bringing us back to lessons 6 through 10. So for each group of 5 lessons, there's also a discussion. Right now we're looking at the content over here on the left. If you click over to discussion, and let's say you have a question about how your student's doing with a student lesson. If you click these 3 little dots over here and say add topic, you can say lesson 7, question about students, and then wondering what I should do if my students go slower than the video. So what's going to happen is that's going to show up for anybody who's going through these lessons. They can also look at this discussion board. So that's you putting out your question. Then for us to answer, or for someone else to answer, we'll click the 3 dots on your topic and write a comment. So once that comment is on there, it won't show up until you click it, and then it'll show up underneath. So again, over here is our content for lessons 6 through 10, and then over to the right is the discussion. So that is a little glimpse into the online training, and I hope that you are able to sign up and enjoy all of these lessons.